So, first of all, hobbies can make you money. I think hobbies should make you money because one, it's a passion. You're going to be good at it no matter what. But don't let it get to the point to where it's just not fun anymore.
I could have a bunch of schoolwork, but I will still find time to commit to my hobbies, make cake orders, and do it. It's something that I enjoy. And everybody should have something that they can go home and enjoy.
It's great. I'm never bored, and I do think it's important for people to have hobbies because it gives you purpose in life.
Hello, and welcome to Lying Around, a monthly show here at the Southeastern Channel. I'm your new host, Kenzie Garrett.
And I'm your newer host, Nicholas Moss. And on this show, we're going to take a deep dive into students' interests and hobbies outside of school.
We are going to be talking to students about their hobbies and interests. So why are we doing this, and what is this show all about?
Hobbies. Hobbies like dancing, reading, drawing, making music. All these are really interesting hobbies.
Today we're doing a deep dive into Southeastern's student body.
And we're on the hunt for students with cool hobbies and interests to show that life is more than school. What's up, Lions? I'm your host today, Nicholas Moss, and we're on Southeastern's campus. We're looking for Lions, like-minded individuals with funny hobbies, interesting hobbies, hobbies you've never heard of, or maybe you have. Who's this guy? He's singing and dancing over here. Let's go see what he's doing. Come on, let's go see. Excuse me, sir.
Hello,
Hello. What's your name, sir?
my name is Patrick.
Patrick. What's your last name, Patrick?
My last name is Thompson.
Can I ask you, we're looking for people with cool hobbies. You have hobbies? What are you doing over here?
Oh yeah, I do music and all of that.
How'd you find your passion for music? It's a cool hobby, so let me know how you found your specific passion.
I got it from my father. He does music also.
What kind of music is your favorite music to make? That's a good question.
Usually like pop and R&B, but I do all of it, like also indie.
I really like your singing voice. It's really nice, Patrick. Can you tell me, how'd you find your passion for music?
Like I said, my dad sings as well, so he taught me guitar at a very young age.
Very cool. And do you make music, you make money? Do you do it for fun? Do you help people make music? What do you do?
So I actually do all three. I get streams, business, and I forgot the other one.
That's awesome, Patrick. We appreciate you, dude.
Of course, stream my music.
Stream Patrick's music. Patrick Thompson.
So it really just all starts with a camera and a microphone. I did start using a ukulele, but eventually I ended up finding my first producer, and he really showed me the ropes of actually creating and recording music. Yeah, so a lot of artists that I look up to, it's definitely like Warren Hugh, Bia Badui, A$AP Rocky, and Frank Ocean as well. You know, a lot of those. Definitely. So all my music is on every single streaming platform under the name Aurori, spelled A-U-R-O-R-I. And anywhere you stream music, that's where you can find me. Yeah, so in terms of DAW, I would definitely use FL Studio, but sometimes I would kind of switch between Ableton. But in terms of microphone, I always trust with my Aston microphone. Thing is a beaut, has a built-in condenser. Really love it, really reliable. It's gotta be my favorite. Oh, for sure. I think music is such a good outlet, any art form really, is such a good outlet for creativity and just to let your mind just do whatever it wants. But I would say if I were to give any advice when it comes to making music, just have fun. I know it's basic, but have fun. So, first of all, hobbies can make you money. I think hobbies should make you money because one, it's a passion. You're going to be good at it no matter what. But don't let it get to the point to where it's just not fun anymore. Don't want to get to that point. But I think everyone should have a hobby because that's what kind of makes you you, you know? So I definitely think that everyone should really have a hobby.
What's up, Lions? And welcome to Lying Around, where we will look for students with hobbies and special interests. Let's go find some right now. So, we have a beautiful school. Right here, some students, not him. Oh, there's one I see right over there. What's up, Lion? Do you have any special interests or hobbies?
Yeah, actually I do. I'm really interested in cake decorating.
Oh, and how do you do that?
Well, you have to have the cake first, and after you have the cake, you need to make the frosting, and then after that you have to base coat the cake, put the frosting into piping bags, pipe around borders, and any other design that you really need to make for the cake.
And what's your favorite designs or things to make with the cake icing or just the cake in general?
So I really enjoy making the heart-shaped Taylor Swift blank space cake, where it's just a traditional white cake, and once you take a knife and you stab the center, it bleeds out.
That's actually really cool. And do you sell these cakes?
I do, actually, yeah.
And how much do you sell them for?
So for like a regular, like 8-inch double layer, it's gonna range from $35 to $50.
Wow, that's really good in this economy. You heard it, Lions. If you want any cakes, come get it from
Elissa Young.
and Kenzie Garrett signing off. Bye.
My favorite part of cake decorating is the joy and like just the happiness, the general happiness that I can bring to other people just from giving them something, providing a service. So it started around, I want to say my 17th birthday. It was the first time I made my own birthday cake. And it actually looked like a birthday cake. So I'm like, okay, let's start actually like getting into this. And slowly I like started to train myself into like getting into a bakery setting. And I've worked multiple jobs of like, you know, just making and decorating donuts. And then slowly I graduated onto making cakes, which is where I went from making donuts to working at Walmart, where I got most of my training to make cakes. So for baking, there isn't really much to say other than you're putting dry ingredients together, whipping it up, and throwing it in the oven. But the actual decorating part is a lot more fun. I used to be like this big art nerd. I really enjoy drawing. And cake decorating, whenever it's like you in the bag and you're just piping the cake, it's like sculpting in a weird, like mushy, sweet, frosting-like way, where you're just you're just piping it on, you know? So the most popular style right now, and I'm a little sick of it, but I do enjoy making it, is heart-shaped traditional. It's like the traditional wedding cake piping where it's like vintage, but everybody asks for it in a heart shape, and it drives me nuts. But it's really fun to make, even if it is in a heart shape and I'm really sick of making it, it's fun, still. So the tools that I use to decorate are the metal spatulas, the silicone spatulas. a bunch of different piping tips with numbers that I know have no meaning other than what I know them as. And just piping bags, you know? It's just very basic general kitchen tools. Because honestly, you could just take a knife and decorate an entire cake. But my favorite tool to use, I like tip number 32, which is a star tip, which it's used for most like piping. All the piping that you're used to seeing, that's the star tip. I believe that having a hobby is very important to me, considering that, you know, as human beings, if we don't add any variety to our life, every day is the same. Every single day, every single week, every single month, it will be the same thing repeated. And that's genuinely no way to live, personally. Like, I may be exhausted, you know, and I could have an exam. I could have a bunch of schoolwork, but I will still find time to commit to my hobbies, make cake orders, and do it. It's something that I enjoy. And everybody should have something that they can go home and enjoy, you know? It makes things less boring, and I believe that it adds personality to the person. Because if you're gonna be like, hi, how are you? This is what I do, and it's just, hi, how are you? It adds variety to the person. It's what makes somebody unique, other than personality. But I believe that we also get a little bit of our personality from our hobbies. Everything's connected.
What's up, Lions? What's up, brother? My name's Nicholas. I'm your host today. There's Kenzie. She was your host the other day. She's beautiful. Today, I'm looking for another interesting individual. Let's go find him. Where's he at? Come on. Let's go. Come on, brother. Come on. Come on. What's up, brother?
The Southeastern Channel?
That's me and her.
What about you guys?
What's your name, brother?
Thomas. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Thomas. We're looking today for people with interesting hobbies. Do you have something fun in store as a hobby?
Well, I do cosplay, digital art, animation. That's just a few, I guess.
Give me a small definition of what this is.
Well, cosplay, making costumes and stuff, so it gets really messy. My living room sometimes becomes a bit of a war zone. Art, kind of the same stuff. The digital art is the one that's the most, I guess, neat of all of them, you know, because it's all on a screen, so.
What's your favorite thing about this?
Favorite thing about digital art? The fact that I have an undo button. Sometimes I do digital art so much that I'll find myself like tapping on pieces of paper, hoping it'll undo. It takes me about 2 or 3 taps to realize it's not a screen. So,
Yeah. How long have you been doing this?
art or digital art?
Both.
Okay. Well, I've been doing art since I was like 5 or so. Digital art started around the time I got my first computer, so like 15.
And would you be willing to meet with us and do a longer, long-form interview so we can find out more about this interesting hobby?
Yeah, sure. Let me check my schedule first. Hold on. Using some like AR technology only us digital artists know about. Hold on.
Yes, Thomas! Thomas, yes!
You should put like a guitar riff on that or something.
Thomas!
You're in the way of my screen. Give me a minute. There we go. There we go. Going through. Really, really super busy schedule here, man.
Yes, Thomas! Yes, Thomas, do it! Tell me, Thomas, can you make it? Can you make it, Thomas?
How about tomorrow?
Let's do it, brother, let's do it!
There we go.
Well, I started getting into digital art when I built my first computer when I was 15. I had like a drawing pen tablet that I could use with it. But as for art, I started drawing when I was around like 5 years old or so. So over time, I've used a bunch. So I use an iPad with the app Procreate a lot. It's really easy, it's super intuitive, but on my desktop setup, I use like a pen tablet with either Adobe Fresco or Krita, Wondershare, Filmora for animation stuff, and even other things in the Adobe suite like After Effects and Premiere Pro. So my animation skills were mostly self-taught. I always collected Harry Potter Lego sets. I even had some of the original ones that my godfather would get off of eBay. And when I was around 11 or so, I built this diorama of the Hogwarts world on my godmother's coffee table. I had the little woodland scenics trees and the little silicone caulk lake. And I had a digital Samsung camera with a mini tripod, and I would make Lego stop motion videos. And I'd go into Microsoft Paint and like physically paint in all of the effects on every single frame, and I'd put them all together into a movie. I think the longest one that I made was maybe about 40 seconds long or so, but that would have to be the start of me doing animation videos. Like stop motion with MS Paint and Legos. My crafts definitely impact my daily life, so just a little bit of a backstory. When I was getting out of high school, I wanted to go to college for video game design. I was thinking about going to Full Sail University because I'd taken some 3D animation classes at the online charter school I used to go to, and I was really inspired by PlayStation platformers like Spyro the Dragon, which is kind of why I like to draw dragons and fantasy stuff. And so it impacts my daily life because classes that I took, like whether it was 3D animation or engineering, taught me software like Blender and Google SketchUp. And my house, for instance, I have a whole like 3D model of it that I made in Google SketchUp that I plan little renovations or little small changes to. And I can even view them in like a Oculus Quest headset. It's really fun. So I'd say that's the biggest way that it impacts my daily life because I'm constantly running around with a ruler, measuring things out and seeing cool stuff I can do or move around. Okay, so like I said, I do have a brand name now. A bunch of my really good friends from college, they're communication majors. They came over and helped me make all of these different accounts for art, whether it was Twitter, YouTube, and all that. So through doing that, I do have plans to do more art and share more of what I do. So that's a new adventure I'm going on. Having a hobby is definitely important to me. Sometimes I feel like I have too many hobbies. There's often not enough time in the day, week, or month to really get to them all. So anyone that knows me knows that I have little projects kind of started around my house that I'm just sort of getting to eventually, just in a cyclical way. But it's great. I'm never bored, and I do think it's important for people to have hobbies because it gives you purpose in life.
Goodbye, Lions!
And thanks for watching. Join us next time when we're lying around.